Merhaba arkadaşlar, hoş geldiniz tekrardan kanalımıza. Kaldığımız yerden Assassin's Creed Odyssey'e devam ediyoruz. Geçen bölüm hatırlarsanız burada Kari Adası'na gelmiştik. Filyas'ı kurtarmıştık. Dostlar, buraya geldikten sonra ben biliyorsunuz burada birkaç tane yan görev falan vardı. Onları temizledim ben burada arkadaşlar. Bir şey kalmadı şu anda adada. Şurada bir görev vardı. Burada bir kız bir tane adama aşıktı. Onun kendisini seçmesini istiyordu. Onunla ilgili bir cadı ile ilgili bir girdiği bir münakaşa vardı. Onunla ilgili bir görev yapmıştık orada. Bilginiz olsun. Başka da burada ekstra bir görev yok. Ufak tefek böyle soru işaretleri, işte hazine toplama tarzı şeyler vardı. Şimdi görevimize devam edeceğiz. Kaldığımız yerden. O başka. Evet. Hatırlarsanız 3 tane görev vermişti bize Perikles. Şimdi öncelikle nereye gitsek, hangisi daha yakın? Şu daha yakın. 2700 metre diyor. Meteokos'un mülküne gidelim. Perikles'in bir randevusunu kaçıran Meteoklos adında bir meslektaşından bahsetti. Şölene girmek için Alexios'un onu bulması gerekiyordu diyor. Bence buraya devam edelim. Bu göreve gidelim dostlar.
Ready for sailing.
Orada gideceğimiz yer neresi? Ona da bakalım. Tam olarak nereye gidiyoruz? Atina'da bir bölge dostlar. Aslında hızlı seyahat kullanabiliriz. Bence hiç gerek yok. Zaten bu tarafa gideceğiz çünkü. Her halükarda doğrudur. Pire limanına gideceğiz her halükarda. O yüzden gerek yok. Gemiyi zaten oraya çağırırız. Biz hızlı seyahatle olayı biraz daha hızlandıralım. Tabi isteyenler deniz yoluyla, gemiyle gidebilir. Onun önünde bir engel yok. Öncelikle bir aşağıya atlayalım. Şu an akşam vakti. Şuraya doğru gideceğiz. 580 metrelik bir yolumuz var. Kardeşim oraya niye çıkıyorsun? Dediğim gibi zaten geleceğimiz yer de burasıydı. Çok bir şey. Yani bize şu an zaman kazandırmış oldu buradan gelmek. Şu ağaç fidanlarını toplamak gerekiyor. Tabii belli bir yere kadar. Çünkü bunlar bize ok sağlıyor. Odun aynı şekilde. Sadece ok için değil, bazı geliştirmeler için de kullanılıyor. Metal, taş ve odun. Evet, geldik sayılır. Evet, suya girdik çıktık. Fakir pazarı. İşte burası bizim bölge. Lan. Burası yasaklı bölgeymiş. Bunlar da kimin nesi? Şurada bir hazineden bahsediyor. Nerede bu hazine? Bakalım. Şurada. Evet, bir mülkün önüne geldik. Evet, Meteokos burada galiba. Ses geliyor lan. Beklemeyeceğim, yukarıdan atlayacağım hemen. Oğlum giriş nerede? O zaman yukarıdan çıkacağız. Dostlar, şuradan çıkacağız. Lan dur oğlum. Buradan değil. Burada kapalı. Ha şurada. Başka kaldı mı? Oğlum bu kadar yılanın burada ne işi var?
Blessed be the God that sent you here. I'd have been eaten alive if it weren't for you.
I don't think they'd eat you.
But they would have certainly killed me. So thank you.
Bana boşsun demeyeyim de
I'm
hadi
always
bari.
happy to help someone in need.
The world could do with more like you. Especially now.
Perikles sent me. He was worried about you. Do you often get tied up and surrounded by snakes?
How can you joke about this? Thugs broke into my home, dragged me here, tied me up and surrounded me with these hideous creatures. They must be stopped.
The snakes?
The thugs!
Why would
Yalan
anyone
hiç mi
do
ki?
this?
Politicians are easy targets in these troubled times. When they tied me up, they said I was a snake. That I should die by my own kind.
Did you
Haydutlar
recognize the
kimdi?
people who did this?
Perikles asked me to go down to the fishing district and talk with the poor and sick, to give them hope. That's how I recognized their voices.
Oh yes.
They threw rotten food and yelled insults at me. These thugs disguised their faces, but their voices and the stench of fish were unmistakable.
Where should I look?
I couldn't see their faces, but I recognized their voices from one of the districts I visited. They're regulars at Cleon's rallies. They live in the flooded part of the city, near the wall.
Okey,
Track them
gidelim o
down,
zaman.
Meteokos.
Onları
Don't worry.
bulacağız.
Tensions are high right now. At this rate, we'll tear each other apart within the city before the Spartans can breach the walls.
Şuradan gidelim hemen hızlıca. Yakın mesafede zaten gideceğimiz yer. Tamam, bu saldırganlar.
The part of Athens I doubt Perikles is proud to talk about.
İkaros'a bakalım, sağa sola birileri var mı? Bir tane köpek var. Yılan var yine burada.
There has to be a clue around here somewhere. Snakes. Like the ones that were meant to kill Meteokos.
Yollara bak. Kocaman hepsi. Şurada bir ipucu daha var. Nerede o? İçeride galiba. Ya da yanda.
Snake bites. And someone hid the body. Though I have a feeling this death was an accident.
Birini öldürüp atmış lan oraya. Başka? Ha, bir de yukarıda var. Dur.
It looks like the thugs who attacked Metiochos weren't the masterminds behind this plot.
Evet, bir mektup bulduk.
This must be the house of Metiochos' attackers. But the letter proves they're just tools in someone else's plan. Whose?
What the fuck are you doing sniffing around my house?
You attacked Metiochos. I found the snakes, the letter from your friend, and a body. All here.
Boraktis. We all knew the risks. Change don't happen without a bit of blood being spilled.
Why kill Metiochos with snakes?
We're prisoners in our own city. Because of Pericles and his crooked friends. The snake dealer told us it's time to send a message. Time they suffered.
You can't take the law into your own hands. Now I need to decide what to do with you.
Cleon says it's time we took the city back from the elite. Time to fight. Don't matter what you do to us. There will be others who follow our lead.
I know someone gave you those snakes. They used you to do their dirty work. I want to know who.
He's a real hero of Athens. No puppet of Pericles is going to stop him.
Oğlum suçları koruma bak.
Tell me what I want to know, or I'll cut you down right now. Your cause will be forgotten, and so will you.
All right, all right. He's got a camp just outside the walls. Sells his snakes from there.
It's not too late to
Bunlar
make a
piyon.
difference.
Bunlar ölsek de bir şey
But we have
değişmeyecek.
to work together.
Maybe you're right. You didn't have to show us mercy. But where do we start?
Start here. This district is your home. Ignore the politicians and concentrate on where you can make change.
Thank you. We will try.
I need to rid Athens of this snake seller.
Aynen. Adam olun lan. Dağılın şimdi. Benim tavsiyem de bu. Recep İvedik gibi. O zaman oturmuşsunuz buraya. Bakalım şu yılanları buraya getiren kimmiş? Yılan tüccarı. Geldim. Bekle. Lan. Lan oğlum. Elif buraya da yılan koymuş sağa sola. Vay 3 kaççı vay. Demek öyle ha. Kalk lan. Gel. Bak sen şuna.
You'll feel the sting of my venom.
Lan kaç yanıyorum. O şu meydana gel meydana. Yanacağız şimdi burada gel.
I'll end you, Mistio.
Ya koçum uğraşma fazla. Öleceksin şimdi.
You can't stop me.
Koçum sen hayırdır ya ha? Ya sen şimdi yılanla güzel bir şu dövsün. Bu ne ya? Her yere şey yapmış. Yılan salmış. Ne oldu koçum, öldün mü? Yansın ortalık lan. Lan bir yılan daha mı? Nerede o? Şu bölgeyi bir temizleyelim bari ya. Lan bir tane daha mı? Evet dostlar, bunu da tamamladık. Şimdi gidelim şeye, Metekos'a haber verelim. Lan oğlum buraya girmeseydik. Oğlum ben sizi demin de öldürdüm. Herifler ölmekten bıkmadı ya. Pardon. Halen buradan giremiyoruz. Çıksan oğlum. Heh.
Looks like your situation's improved since we last met.
The danger has passed for now. But while those monsters are out there, no one is safe.
A group of fishermen tied you up. They were being used by a snake dealer working for enemies of Athens.
What did you do with them?
I showed them the error of their ways and sent them on their way. They won't be bothering you again.
I'm glad no blood was shed. But how do you know they won't return?
I made it very clear that doing anything stupid would make me angry.
Aynen
That must
öyle.
have been a terrifying experience for them. Thank you for your help, Mistios. I'll be sure to mention this to Perikles.
Eyvallah. Sağ olasın. Hadi görüşürüz. İşlerim var bir sürü. Evet, şimdi kalmıştı. Perikles'in bir görevi daha var dostlar. Hemen onu yapalım. Şu. İyi, yakındaymış bayağı. Güzel. Şu tarafta. Gel bakalım buraya. Atina Meclis binası. Vay, bunlar kim acaba?
Come on.
Aslında bunlarla ilgili şey olması lazım burada ya. Bak önceki oyunlarda vardı öyle şeyler ha. En azından bunların kim olduklarıyla ilgili bilgiler falan vardı. Sen kimsin lan?
You must be the one Pericles sent.
I am. He said there is an ostracism vote, but didn't tell me what I'm here to do.
Of course he didn't. That's what I'm for.
What does someone have to do to be ostracized?
Anyone seen as a threat to the city or the people is enough. And then it is up to the vote. Some have been ostracized for simply being more disliked than the person they're up against.
If someone is exiled, can they return?
If they do, they'll be punished.
Peki ne yapıyoruz o zaman?
The votes have already been cast. We don't have long before they're counted. Take the ostraka in this bag and exchange them with the ones currently under guard.
You want me to rig the ostracism?
Pericles does. And he has his reasons, I'm sure. Bring me the bag you took from the room and I'll take care of the rest.
No one will see me go in or out. Stay here.
Nasıl görmeyecek ya? Dedi ve herkes bizi gördü. Atın neredesin? Gel buraya. Nasıl korktu ama? Adam onun oğlum bak. Hepinizi keserim. Şu hareketi de seviyorum ya. Şuradan gidelim ya, kimse görmesin. Bir dakika şöyle bakalım sağa sola kim var kim yok. İki tane şey var burada. Çok fazla asker yok ya. Bunlar oldu. Hazır gelmiş ya, şunu alayım bari lan, dur. Görev eşyası arkadaş. Oo, dur. Kaç. Şimdi diğer tarafa gitmem lazım. Lan gelme beni. Gelme buraya. Sakın gelme buraya. Bak birini öldürmek istemiyorum. Gelme. Ha, güzel. Kaybol. Ama aşağı katamam lazım benim. Aşağıya inmem lazım ama nasıl ineceğiz? Bir dakika. Ya gibi şuradan geçeceğiz ya şuradan geçeceğiz ama başka bir gidiş yok zaten oraya. Nasıl yapsak acaba? Aslında şuradan girsek ama bizi görürler her türlü. Buradan girsek yine bizi görürler. Dostlar yani. Aa bak şu anda el kafasında boş. Bu çıktığım anda beni görüyor. Şurada bir daha var. Ha, yukarı çıktı lan salak. Çok iyi. Heh. Şanslıyım ha.
That should do it. I should let Perikles'in contact know.
Şimdi benim buradan çıkmam lazım. Bu tarafa bakıyor. Kötü oldu. O bir gitsin buradan. Gider mi acaba? Oo, şu damız da geldi. Ulan buradan kaçacaktım. Buradan kaçamayız şimdi. Biraz daha uzatmam lazım. Lan oğlum buraya geldi. Şöyle bir fikrim var dostlar. Bence kaçabiliriz ya. Bak, sizden kaçmamın sebebi kimseyi öldürmemem. Yoksa oho.
Steady.
Evet, görevimizi tamamladık.
It's done.
You work quickly.
What are you going to do with them?
Dump them in a well. Ah, it looks like the official has arrived.
I apologize for the delay. There was evidence someone attempted to tamper with the votes. Don't worry. The Ostraka are all accounted for. The votes were counted, and Anaxagoras is to be ostracized.
Be slow to fall into friendship, but once you do, continue firm and constant. It will be more difficult for me now that Anaxagoras must leave Athens. We were quite close, although he and Pericles were much closer. It's strange, Pericles wasn't here today to defend him.
Would Pericles normally defend someone?
A good
Aynen.
friend? Of course. Yet, Anaxagoras seems pleased with the result. This day has brought more questions than answers.
You said you were close.
He was like a mentor to me. Many of my best thoughts came to fruition through our conversations.
Who are you?
Ask anyone and they'll tell you Socrates. But a name gives you nothing. Our actions determine who we are, and every action has its pleasures and its price. With that said, then, who do you claim to be?
My name is Alexios.
And still, I don't feel I know you. Perhaps I can find out who you are a different way.
You want to know me?
Knowledge is the one good in this world. Surely you agree?
Of course. Knowledge drives everything I do.
Then we are the same in that way.
Knowledge of when to attack, what weapon to use, or when to use reason instead of violence.
We seem to put our love of knowledge into practice quite differently.
Bizde
I
böyle.
use it how I need to.
You are clearly someone who would do whatever you feel is necessary. Perhaps for drachmi, or maybe to further a personal goal.
That describes a lot of people.
I suppose I'm curious why you did it. How could I not be when you're the reason my friend is being forced to leave the only home he's ever known?
I think you have the wrong person.
You are claiming that you're the wrong person? Life's one true happiness is knowing yourself.
Even if I did know who rigged the ostracism vote, I wouldn't tell you.
And yet, I never said anyone rigged anything.
Socrates, there you are.
Here I am.
You're late. They're all waiting for you.
I wish to see Anaxagoras' fate, and so I have. Tell them I'm on my way. Well, it seemed our conversation is at its end. Although I hope it isn't the final one we have.
I wouldn't know. That's everything Pericles wanted. Time to return to him and find out what his Athenians
Oğlum bu arada niye böyle oldu birden? Bir dakika. Tamam. Wow, 15 olduk, güzel. Gidelim bakalım şölenimize.
Ella.
You really need to leave here.
I should be extra careful in this area.
Evet, az kaldı, gelmek üzereyiz. 60 metre.
We'll be watching you, Miss Dios. At least give them a welcome first.
Atın duruşa bak, Allah'ını seversen.
Pericles welcomes you to his symposium.
Çok konuşmayın lan, ben davetliyim buraya.
Alexios, it's
Lan,
you.
Phoebe'nin burada ne işi var?
You promised we'd see each other again, and now we have.
I also said stay out of trouble.
Which I have. Okay, almost out of trouble.
Buraya nasıl geldin sen?
How did you even get here, Phoebe?
Well, I did make some drachmi working for Marcos.
So you paid someone to bring you to Athens?
Not exactly.
Phoebe...
I needed a drachmi for when I arrived. I couldn't use it all to leave, and I didn't want to wait any longer. So I sneaked on a ship. Don't worry, nobody saw.
I just can't believe you made it.
I don't remember much of Athens from when I was a baby. But every once in a while, something feels familiar. It's nice.
I can't believe you're here.
Me either. I can't believe we both made it to Athens. It's so much different from Kefalonia.
But what are you doing here?
I'm here to get you ready. I have to make sure you leave all your weapons and change into these clothes.
So, you somehow work here? For Pericles?
No, for Aspasia.
How is it you're working for Aspasia?
Well, I did get into a little bit of trouble after I got to Athens. I may have been a leader of a small group of orphans that tried to cheat Aspasia. We didn't know it was her, though.
And you convinced her to hire you?
No, she asked me on her own.
That was lucky. I don't understand why I have to change.
It's just what you do here. I felt weird at first, but you forget about it pretty fast.
And my weapons?
Don't worry, I'll take care of them. You don't want to scare people in there.
Well, I think I'm ready to go in.
You can't. Not like that, anyway. The Athenians like it best when you try to fit in. But don't worry, I have just the outfit for you.
Neyse milleti korkutmayalım bari. Bir şey
I'll
olmaz
get
zaten.
changed. Promise you'll take care of my things.
Yep. Leave your weapons in the corner, and I'll come back when you're done.
I feel uncomfortable in this.
Now you look like everyone else.
You say that like it's a good thing.
It is. If you want them to take you seriously, this is the easiest way. Trust me.
Is that everything?
You're all ready to go in. Don't worry. You've done scarier things than this.
I'm struggling to think of any right now. Are you sure I can't keep just one weapon with me?
No weapons. Now hurry,
Silah milah
go in.
yok.
Oh, and don't leave without saying bye.
Here, Alexios. The mighty mercenary and traveler has finally made his grand entrance. Only slightly late, too.
Herodotus. Athenians have no problem letting me know when I'm not welcome. It's a relief to see your friendly face.
Don't let the company here tonight intimidate you.
I won't.
Pericles is no king. He needs these guests to love him so that the people love him. And they, in turn, need Pericles. You're no different from any of them.
Do you really think these people will help me?
They will if you get them to trust you. And you've wisely dressed for the occasion. Appearing trustworthy is the most important part of being trusted, after all. Now then,
Eyvallah.
let me introduce you to everyone. They may not look it, but this group holds the way to the future on the tip of their opinionated tongues. Ah, Sophocles and Euripides, for example. Two of the most celebrated playwrights to date. No one can throw stones as far as they can. They appear to be locked in some kind of intellectual struggle, as is their way.
He's a writer of comedies, of all things. Comedies, Euripides.
Bence de.
It looks more like a lover's quarrel to me.
Hermippos has also written his fair share of comedies.
You should drink more.
Lately, his attitudes have garnered him more notice than his works. However, the fellow beside him, Protagoras, is a sophist worthy of as much praise as the great Socrates himself.
Vay.
Inviting Socrates seems like a good way to ruin everyone's night. I'm surprised they would let him in the door.
Oh, don't let Socrates get under your skin. At least he wore shoes for the occasion. And the poor thing gesticulating like an ape is Thrasymachos. If you listen closely, you'll notice he and Socrates are actually arguing the same points. But the wind from his wild gestures deafens him to critique.
That isn't at all what I mean.
Where is Pericles?
Oh, he never attends his own parties. Which reminds me, there's something I need to get his help with.
Vile Socrates.
Bu kim lan?
Always appearing where I least expect him. Warrior, protect me from his amorous gaze. Oh, Alcibiades, this is not a time for jealousy, but for love.
Herif ayakta duramıyor ya. Tipe bak ya. Ne oluyor lan? Oha.
Let's not use Alcibiades as an example. Be good and don't drink too much. So, tell me, what does a Misthios like you think of a party like this?
This party could be fun. Alcibiades drinks like a Spartan. Maybe he fights like one too.
If I could suggest anything, please don't start a fight. Or end one.
Thank you, Herodotus.
Now, if you'll excuse me, Pericles is here somewhere, and I need to prepare him. If he's alone, I'll tell him what your sister said.
Agreed. Pericles needs to know. I'll stay here and look for clues.
I hope they know something about your mother.
Bakalım inşallah.
Me too.
Evet, Perikles yukarıda galiba. Gözüken o.
I suppose
Şunu
you've
alalım
come
önce bilgi.
here to mock me for my fight with Euripides.
Spare me. I'm only looking for clues to help me find a Spartan woman.
A Spartan woman in Athens. Sounds intriguing. Though, if you expect me to notice someone other than myself, you expect too much. You could talk to Euripides. He's the second most worldly man here. That pediculous Xanthodontus exophthalmic Morosov. But he doesn't talk without a drink.
I have no idea what that meant.
No, you don't.
So, we get him drunk, and he talks. He sounds more Argive than Athenian.
Impressive, foreigner. Euripides is from Argos.
All right. If nothing else, this party could use the help.
You'll need to pick the right wine for this task. The kitchen should have what you need. Let me know when Euripides is done in, and I'll slip away unseen.
How do you know Pericles?
I believe you mean to ask me, how does Pericles know you? I'm the greatest dramatist in the land, mentor to Euripides, lover of Asclepios, father of theater, and so on, and so on.
I'm sure it's a real honor to have you hiding in his kitchen. You're awfully worked up over Euripides. You sure you're just friends?
I'm never just anything, foreigner. Though I confess, Euripides and I hold a bond deeper than brotherhood. Why he slams it with a banal young plaything, Aristophanes, I will never know.
I'll get the wine.
Evet, şu arabaya edelim.
Now, if you want some friendly advice, Aristophanes cannot stand sweet wine. I've seen what it can do to him. Absolutely, horrifyingly delightful.
It wouldn't be a party without someone losing their stomach. I'll let you know if your plan worked.
Save for that arrogant playwright. I don't see many distinguished guests in here. Can I help you with something?
I'm here for your sweet wine.
Yes, take it. But get out of my kitchen. I'm very busy, you know.
A new face in Perikles's abode! Ha! That in itself is a remarkable thing. You must have seen me doing my impression of Cleon. I call it the Orange Ape. Tell me, what does it think?
I am called many things. It isn't one of them.
What do you call yourself, then? creature of many names?
Alexios.
I wouldn't peg you as an Alexios, but never mind. I'm Aristophanes, and this man is Euripides. Oh, go on. Introduce yourself.
I'm Euripides.
For a playwright, you're not much for words.
Good men lead quiet lives, as old Euripides likes to say. Don't you, Euripides?
When I need to relax, I start to fight. For you, though...
Quickly! Bring him some wine so that he might say something clever.
After my argument with Sophocles, I think I'd rather keep my head clear.
I'm only here because I'm searching for someone.
And yet it gave us the distinct impression it was here to fill our wine. Let's focus on that first, shall we?
Neyse şunun bir şarabını alayım ben de. Al.
I'm Perikles'in new servant. I'd be happy to bring some wine.
An Athenian servant, you. And these are wine-pouring muscles.
I was a rower on Perikles'in ship, where he took pity on me. Now, I pour wine for people who question my word. And his.
I wasn't questioning, Perhaps one drink.
Why don't you just apologize to Sophocles?
It's he who should apologize to you.
Sophocles is a friend, and one good friend is worth an entire family. He just needs time to recover from his outburst.
Perikles has invited all of you here for some reason.
Either we dine here and praise Pericles, or we dine with Cleon. But Cleon has all the charm of a typical politician. A horrible voice, bad breeding, and vulgar manners.
Let's conjure Dionysos, shall we?
This is pure swill.
Amateur. In my day, this would be considered nectar of the gods. Another round!
Ready for more?
I can hardly stomach this pig's piss.
I could outdrink both of you with one hand. Let's have some more!
You ready for another?
Evet.
This wine is terrible.
You, I like you. Who brought you here?
I brought myself. I'm on the trail of a woman who fled Sparta a long time ago.
Fled? Why?
She lost 2 children. She had no choice.
She fled to heal a broken heart. Euripides, write her into a play.
I've heard Spartan mothers go to a sanctuary in Argolis to beg Asclepios for his divine pity. I should know, it's my home.
After what she went through, I'm not sure she would trust priests.
Then she sought my friend, Hippocrates. He's a physician, best of the best. He still keeps his office in Argos. If she went to him for help, there's no doubt he'd have given it.
I love getting drunk and singing. Come back if you want to sing with me.
I'll think about it. Hippocrates in Argos. Here I come.
Ya dur Sophocles'e dönelim önce.
How's Euripides? Drunk, I hope.
You can stop hiding in here. Euripides won't notice you coming out. He won't notice anything.
Hiding? Heed this. War has come to Athens. First they take our homes, then they take our heads. I intend to be found with at least my dignity intact. Or what's left of it anyway. If you see Pericles, tell him I said thank you for another colorful evening.
Evet bir tanesi gitti. Sophocles dışarı çıktı ve gitti. Şimdi yakınlarda görev olması lazım. Bir de bu manyağın yanına mı gideceğiz?
Someone's
someone's being hurt. Open this door, or I'll kick it in!
No, don't mind her. She likes to watch.
Lan oha, içeriden çıkana bak. Yuh.
Look at you. Such authority. Such aggression. I can see why Pericles has taken such an interest in you. Did you come to join us?
Hayır.
It sounded like someone was in pain.
Well, it can sometimes be hard to distinguish between sounds of pleasure and pain. Had I known you were going to knock, I would have left my door wide open for you.
I only came to this symposium to find someone.
Sounds like we can help each other then, doesn't it? You fetch us a bit of oil, I help you find who you're looking for. Maybe they're in here.
She's not in there.
I think I'll check all the same.
After your display earlier, it's probably safer I get the oil.
Obedient, too. I knew I liked you. Don't take too long.
Lan işim olmasa
If you don't get the oil soon, all our...
senin yağına da var ya. Nerede ya? Mutfaktadır herhalde. Aç kapıyı.
Just can't stay away, can you? Did you bring the oil?
When you walked in, you seemed like you and Socrates were,
How I wish you were right. One day we will have that man in here with us. I promise you that.
You've grown up in Perikles'in home, and yet you're so different.
No one is like Pericles. And he's only slightly more serious than usual, too. Athens is under siege, and he worries for her future. Which is why tonight is a fine time to celebrate what may be our last taste of freedom.
I come bearing gifts.
We're saved! Today, these women grieved for their sons, and these men worked the wall. But tonight, we forget all of that. Let's have some fun! What do you say?
Yok istemem.
Care to join us?
Hayır. Yok.
Now it's time for you to help me, Ali. I'm looking for someone.
All business right until the end. I like that.
Focus. I'm looking for a woman who fled Sparta a long, long time ago.
Fled Sparta? No one flees Sparta. But let's pretend she did. If she were stupid, she'd be dead. If she were smart, she'd do what Aspasia did. She'd earn her independence. The smartest and most resourceful women I've ever met have been in Corinthia.
Pietera? I've heard they play some sort of role in Corinth, but I assumed it was the same as any other city.
Oh, no. These women are unlike any other you'll meet. A force, and the only ones there with any smarts.
Ali! Come back inside!
Ooh, the celebration continues. When you reach Corinth, find Anthusa. No one goes in or out of the city without her knowing. Until we meet again, warrior.
Anthusa in Corinth. It's not much, but it's a start.
Evet, bir şeyler bulduk ki bakalım. Bir de şu şeyle konuşalım Sokrates'le.
Isn't the one who agrees that knowledge is most important?
I think we agreed our use of that knowledge couldn't be more different.
Ah, you remember. Perhaps our conversation can continue.
You really intend to use this young destruction to avoid the point being argued?
If you've been arguing this long and you haven't agreed yet, just give up.
We're discussing the nature of rulers. Where better to do so than here? I'll ask you the same question I asked Thrasymachos.
Neymiş o?
Would you agree that the act of ruling is an art?
It is an art, as all worthy undertakings are. That is not up for argument.
Yet, medicine is for the betterment of the patient, and not the physician. Carpentry improves the building, not the builder. Then, is the art of ruling not for the betterment of the ruled rather than the ruler?
Don't be absurd!
Ya ne diyorsunuz dayı siz
This
ya?
argument between you two is pointless.
Aynen öyle ya.
Perhaps. How do you define art?
I'm not getting dragged into this.
Very well. Answer this. Does the artist not give form and symmetry to her subject?
Well, yes.
Laws and justice do much the same for people, do they not? And is there any better way to communicate the story of a people than by revealing its customs and laws? If yes, then ruling, and thus justice, must be an art, as Thrasymachos says.
If you say so.
Aspasia.
Vay Aspasia.
You shouldn't be too hard on Socrates. He really has a brilliant mind, even if he comes off a little strong.
He isn't always like that, is he?
Ah, Phoebe. Pericles has retired to the balcony already, has he? His ability to sneak off and sulk is second to none.
I can go get him, and Alexios can help. Everyone listens when he talks.
That'll be fine. Run along. Alexios will be right behind you. Now, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Aspasia. I had to go to great lengths to cover up your work in Megaris.
Hadi be.
Your spies have been watching me. I knew you people couldn't be trusted.
We do what we must to survive, and there's no shame in that. It's how you got here, how I got here. The clothes, they fit you well, I trust.
These may be the nicest clothes I've ever worn, but I feel a bit uncomfortable, to be honest.
You never really get used to them. It seems we have the attention of the entire room without a single eye being fixed on us. If you'd like to talk, do it now, and do it discreetly.
I'm searching for a woman who fled Sparta with her child years ago. I was hoping you might help.
What clues do you have to her whereabouts?
A physician named Hippocrates may have seen her in Argos.
He's a good man. If you find a woman named Agathi there, do let her know Aspasia sends her regards. What else?
Alcibiades gave me the name of a woman in Corinth.
I'm sure he did. My dear friend, Anthusa, is the only one I know who's enjoyed a life in Corinth through legitimate means. Mostly legitimate, anyway.
That's all I have.
There is another option. In a former life, when I needed something done or someone found, I contacted a friend. An admiral of a sort.
What's his name?
Her name is Xenia.
Xenia.
When we last spoke, she was in chaos. A word of caution. When you go to her, be on your guard. Sea life makes a monster out of most people.
Thank you, Aspasia.
When you're done, return here. Together, we will find who you're looking for. Now do me a favor and get Pericles to come down here and greet his guests.
Eyvallah. Evet, yukarı çıkmamız lazım. Buradan değil. Peki nereden çıkacağız? Şuradan mı? O da hayır. Ha, buradaymış lan, dur. Evet, geldik.
Alexios! I didn't send for you. No matter how you've dressed for my party, Phoebe shouldn't have let you in.
Aspasia told me to come find you. She wants you to come down to the party.
She says I don't interact with our guests enough. But these parties aren't for me. Technically, you're a guest. If you join Herodotus and me, that should be enough for her, don't you think?
You really don't want to go downstairs, do you?
When your days are spent speaking in front of crowds, you begin to crave these moments of silence.
Or as silent as I let it be, at least.
Phidias was awaiting trial, but you had me get him out of Athens. I figured you, of all people, would want to follow the law.
Phidias is a very dear friend. I didn't want to risk him being found guilty. And of course, there were other threats.
So you knew?
I know he's delusional, but one day when you have a friend you'd do anything for, you'll understand.
I don't understand why you had Anaxagoras ostracized. Socrates said he was your friend.
I won't risk the lives of those close to me if there's something I can do about it.
So you did this to protect him?
Anaxagoras understood my fears. 10 years may be a long time, but at least he'll be safe.
O zaman
Why send
Meteoros.
Meteoros to the fishing district if it's dangerous?
I would never have sent him into danger willingly.
It seems you have many loyal friends.
My people are important to me.
Your life is in danger.
Yes, Herodotus was saying. This cult doesn't worry me. I have my life threatened by far worse people every day. My true concern is Athens. I fear for her future.
The Spartans aren't your real concern, Pericles. The cult is coming, and they're bringing their strongest weapon.
Listen to him, Pericles.
The Spartans are immediate. A cult's threat is ambiguous.
I'm related to one of the cult members, and I believe her when she says they're coming after you.
Sound counsel to consider. I'll be sure to let my men know, regardless.
Aspasia sent me to see what's taking you so long.
Tell Aspasia I'll be right there. I suppose this is where our conversation ends. Thank you again for helping me. I hope my guests are able to help you in your search.
Time will tell.
Evet, alacaklarımızı aldık dostlar. Artık buradan ayrılma zamanı geldi. Sonunda sıkıcı konuşmalar bitti. Artık dışarı çıkabiliriz. Eyvallah Aspasia. Hadi gidelim.
You look tired.
Only of conversation. I think that's the most talking I've ever done.
See? You didn't need the weapon after all. Are you leaving?
I've had enough Athenian hospitality to last me a lifetime.
You get used to it. It's nice. What are you going to do now?
Önce nereye gideriz? Bilmiyorum ki önce nereye gideceğimizi. Sallayayım ya. Kiye'ye
There's a
gideyim
woman on
ya.
the island of Chaos that I need to meet. I think I'll head there first.
I've heard there are pirates there.
I'll be sure to be careful.
Good.
Not going to beg to come along this time?
Nope. I'm happy here. And this isn't Kefalonia. That means you'll be back.
That's very true.
Plus, I really like working for Aspasia. She says she has a mission for me.
I'll see you soon, Phoebe.
Bye, Alexios.
Evet dostlar, bir bölümü de burada sonlandıralım. Bayağı uzadı çünkü bölümümüz. En azından bazı ipuçları bulduk. Şimdiki bu görevin sonunda da 3 tane gideceğimiz bölge var. Ki Korint ve bir de neresiydi? Çok pardon. Hemen bakalım. Aynen, öncelikle Ki'ye gideceğiz. Korsan Zenya'ya gideceğiz. Sonra Korint'teki Atus'u ile görüşeceğiz. Bir de şey vardı. Argos'taki Hipokrat'la görüşeceğiz bir de. 3 tane görevimiz var dostlar. Bir sonraki bölümde bunlara girmiş olacağız. Bu bölümü de burada sonlandırıyorum dostlar. Bir sonraki bölümde görüşmek üzere diyelim. Hoşça kalın. Kendinize çok çok iyi bakın. Bay bay.